Alright guys, the Deadeye rework was announced, and I'll give you my 2 cents about it. I'm going to be speaking in terms of the Kinetic Blast Power Siphon build, because every other build is irrelevant, and as you know or may not know, I only play Deadeye, and I only play that build. So I will have very specific critiques of the rework. If you want the TLDW, it's whatever. I think it's worse than previously, but it's different, and I'm okay with different because now maybe it won't get so stale playing the same build every time. So yeah, the build Deadeye, she's worse, but she's different and a little bit more unique, which maybe is cooler. Okay, so let's look at the new nodes. Right off the bat, Far Shot reworked, sort of. It has point blank built into it. So this basically means you're going to have, if you take Far Shot, you're going to have to take point blank on your tree as well. So point blank is down in the ranger / duelist section. So right here you'll have to take point blank, and this will counter out the kind of debuff. However, it's not strictly a nerf, otherwise that'd be lame. They have doubled the upper bound, so you can deal up to 60% more damage, whereas it used to be, what was it, 30? Yeah, if you look at the subtext down there, it used to be 30% more damage. So now it's 60%, but you have this slight debuff. It's whatever. You just take point blank. And we lose the projectile speed, and we gain projectile barrages have no spread. It's an even trade, really. The projectile speed helped with clear speed and also survivability, because if your projectiles hit things before they have a chance to hit you, which kind of comes with a higher velocity of gameplay with projectile speed, it was kind of a pseudo defensive layer, right? Killing things before they kill you. So we lose that barrage speed, but now we get higher single target with our power siphon linked with barrage. Because previously barrage, the support gem, was quite entropic, and you'd be like guaranteed that a few projectiles go astray. So this either mitigates or completely gets rid of that, and now we have a higher single target, which we were lacking on anyway. So I'm kind of iffy on this. It's just a matter of feeling out how the projectile speed is going to impact it. 30% isn't a lot, and you could probably pick up some barrage speed in the ranger section of the tree anyways. Okay, moving on to Ricochet. Skills chain 1+ times. This was already part of Ricochet. However, now projectiles have a 30% chance to be able to chain when colliding with terrain. For KB, this is completely useless and probably detrimental, because you want your KBs to explode on the wall so that you can get the circular damage blast sort of on the ground. So this is detrimental. If you're playing like Lightning Arrow, which is a kind of a pretty straight shot, or maybe Split Arrow, this might be good because you might be able to hit stuff around corners. But for my build, I'm not taking this notable personally. I'll experiment with it. Maybe it does some cool effect where maybe the KB hits the wall and leaves the puddle and chains. I'm not sure how it's going to work. I'll experiment with it for sure. This is what it used to do before. Skills chain 1+ times, and projectiles deal 10% more damage for each remaining chain. This was strictly a more damage multiplier for single target because you're only hitting one mob, and therefore you get this 10% more damage. So we're kind of losing that. But it's fine. Other notables make up for it. Our single target being lower here is kind of counteracted by it being higher in the Far Shot. So whatever. Still kind of iffy. Here's where it gets kind of interesting. Endless Munitions used to give one additional proj. Now it gives 2 additional proj. But we lose out on some juicy juice. Also, it's in a different section of the tree, I believe. Yeah, now it's here, which means you have to take whatever this one is. I'm not sure what this node is. Oh, or you can take whatever this node is. Okay, so it seems like we have multiple paths to get there. So we're not locked behind. To get Endless Munitions before, you used to have to take Far Shot, which was kind of whatever. Anyways, it used to give 200 flat accuracy, which is really good, and 50% increased AoE, and of course the extra proj. The flat accuracy is actually kind of slept on. I actually liked it a lot because playing a Wander, you take a lot of kind of different unique items that don't necessarily help you achieve an accuracy cap. So we have to do things like take precision and maybe have a Herald of Ice golem. That gives accuracy, right? Yeah, Herald of Ice golem. Not Herald of Ice golem, just the Ice golem. So yeah, maybe actually losing that isn't the biggest deal. But the AoE definitely slept on. That was really big for KB. You would clear out hallways really, really quickly. But like I said, you do get an additional projectile, which is a huge single target DPS buff. It's just a straight more multiplier, having another proj. And this will help with KB, having another proj. This with Dying Sun, I don't think you're going to notice the AoE being missed, because Dying Sun is going to give you the multiplicative AoE anyways, and having this on top of it was diminishing returns anyways. So if you have a well-rolled Dying Sun, actually it doesn't even need to be well-rolled, just a Dying Sun at all would do just fine. Nice, okay. So yeah, Endless Munitions, I think this is a buff. Having a whole nother proj definitely looks like a buff. And if you're playing Tornado Shot, this is definitely a buff as well. Occupying Force. Okay, so this is essentially we're a totem ascendancy now, question mark. Mirage Archer is the green lady above you who shoots whatever spell you're shooting, or whatever attack you're shooting. But now you can have 3 of them at once, and they stay in place, like totems. So you can kind of pair this with like Endless Munitions and maybe Gathering Winds and whatever, and you just run through the map placing down Mirage Archers, and she'll just shoot everything and clear the map, question mark? Not sure. What would be interesting though is if wait, cannot summon Mirage Archers while near your Mirage Archers. Yeah, that just means you can't stack them. Okay, yeah. I think this would be cool. I'm not going to play it though, but I think it would be cool. It's kind of niche, but at least Deadeye has something niche now. Okay, Gathering Winds. This is kind of the bread and butter of Deadeye, and I'll let you know how I feel about it. Deadeye, or Tailwind across the board has been nerfed from 10% to 8%. That's across the board. So the Tailwind on crit that you could get from Influence Boots is now going to be 8% instead of 10. And same with the Ascendancy. If we look at it before, Gathering Winds, 10% increase effective Tailwind for each skill you've used recently, up to 100%. So essentially we could double it, which means we can get our Tailwind effect up to 20%. We can still get it up to 20%, and it still takes 10 skills, which is really cool because that means Deadeye is sort of better at Tailwind than the other source. And more so, because you can still get 20%, which is a whole 12% markup, whereas it used to be a 10% markup. So essentially, Deadeye is just that much better at specifically Tailwind, which is cool. And they've kind of reworded it, so now you have Gale Force stacks instead of whatever it was before, just recently used skills, right? And with this Gale Force, we're going to skip down to Wind Ward. You take 3% less damage per Gale Force. So if you have 10 stacks of Gale Force, that's 30% less damage taken, but you lose all the stacks. But it's fine, you should get at least 5 stacks back pretty quickly. But it looks like a buff, and it looks like you might want to take this, but I don't know, because you lose the flat evasion. So the new Gathering Winds doesn't give you 1,000 flat evasion, which, playing a Wander, most of the uniques we get aren't really dexterity based. So we don't get evasion, especially flat evasion. So losing out on 1,000 flat evasion, yeah, the build is going to need some reworking. I'm going to have to figure out what to do without the evasion. But here's the thing we don't know. We don't know what these small nodes do, right? These small nodes very well could give evasion. Some of them, right? And that would be totally fine. Because currently they don't. They just give damage, right? So maybe these have been reworked as well. Time will tell. Okay, Rupturing, useless, whatever. Okay, Focal Point. This is a new node, but essentially it's replacing sort of replacing the crit chance that you get from Rupture and Powerful Precision. So if you look closely at all these notables, you don't get any crit chance. 0 crit chance. And this is kind of a problem because we're a crit build, right? An on-hit crit build. So we don't get any crit chance now. However, there is crit chance hidden in here. It's just maybe you have to look a little closer. We get 75% increased effect of our marks. And what that means is, if we take Assassin's Mark, PoE Assassin's Mark, we are essentially increasing our crit chance because it gives crit chance. And we're increasing it by 75% as per focal point, right? 75% increase effect of your marks. So if we take Assassin's Mark, we can bump this 1.5 by 75%. However, if we also get a Divergent with 20% quality, we will then have 1.7 flat crit. Times that by the 1.75, we're essentially have 3.0, just 3 flat crit. And we also get 75% on top of our multiplier, which is 49 times 1.75. We're going to have 86 multi. So Assassin's Mark is now a must. We used to get sort of crit caps, and then we would take some elemental weakness. I forgot what it was called, but it reduced their lightning resistance. So now we're definitely taking this, and we're definitely taking focal points, and we're going to have a lot of crit. A lot of crit. Very free. Also, the life when on kill and mana on kill, this will be buffed by 75% as well. So, and maybe an anomalous with the, let's see, 0.2 for, so this goes up to 10%, so this will be 17. Yeah, it will take some experimenting with, whether, like if you're crit capped, don't take Divergent, and then take anomalous, and it's just free damage. So I really like focal point, it's a must take. Okay, so now we've gone over all the notables. What notables am I taking for KB Power Siphon? Gathering Winds, obviously. So I'm not sure where that is on the tree. What does Gathering Winds look like? Yeah, so it's right here. And I'm guessing this is Wind Ward. So I might take Gathering Winds, Wind Ward, Far Shot. Actually, no, we're not taking Wind Ward. No, fuck that. We're taking Gathering Winds, Focal Point, Far Shot, Endless Munitions. If Far Shot turns out to be a scam, you could drop that for Wind Ward. I don't think it's going to be a scam, though. It looks really good. Cool. And then it's just a matter of telling what these mini nodes do. If some of them have accuracy, I would take those. If some of them have proj speed, since we're losing out on proj speed, I would take the proj speed. And if they have attack speed, I would take those as well, because we want to get as many Gathering Wind stacks as possible. So yeah, that is my rundown of the Deadeye. If you made it to the end, I'll give you a quick recap. It's worse, but it's whatever. I'm still playing it. And for the record, I think Deadeye is better for other builds now. Lightning Arrow, Tornado Shot, builds that really, really like projectiles and really, really like chain and really, really like Far Shot are going to love this. So Lightning Arrow, you can even do some Mirage Archer builds. You can do like Mirage Archer Split Arrow with Rupturing and do like a Bleed Mirage Archer type of build. I don't know. Yeah, for KB though, it's whatever. It's maybe 10% worse than it used to be. Still playing it. Have a great day. I'll see you guys when the league starts. Maybe.